Greetings, Fright fans. Tonight's tale is about a boy who digs a little too deep into history and uncovers a ghastly truth. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell icon, or you might miss out on your next history lesson. From the grave, prepare yourselves for the Dark Mentor. In a suburban neighborhood, where every house had its story and secrets, lived Tom, a 17-year-old high school student with an unusual obsession for World War II history. Unlike his peers, who were engrossed in sports or the latest social media trends, Tom found solace in the pages of history books, seeking connections in the echoes of the past. His parents, engrossed in their own careers, often dismissed his fascination as a harmless, albeit peculiar, phase. This quiet neighborhood also harbored Mr. Heinrich, an enigmatic and reclusive elderly man whose aura was as intriguing as it was intimidating. His overgrown garden and perpetually drawn curtains were subjects of neighborhood whispers. To Tom, Mr. Heinrich was a living bridge to the era that captivated him. Their acquaintance began when Tom approached Heinrich, feigning a need for help with a history project. Surprisingly, Heinrich welcomed him, sharing vivid, almost too vivid, stories of World War II. Their meetings became a regular occurrence, with Heinrich sharing personal artifacts and tales that made history leap from the pages into the palpable reality of Tom's imagination. However, as autumn's vibrancy faded into winter's starkness, Tom discovered Heinrich's unsettling secret. The old man was not just a witness to history, but a participant, a former high-ranking Nazi officer. This revelation should have repelled Tom, but instead it pulled him deeper into Heinrich's orbit. Heinrich, with a calculated mix of charm and manipulation, began reshaping history's dark chapters. He spoke of difficult choices, power, and a distorted version of nobility. Tom, despite the initial shock, found himself drawn into this skewed worldview. His fascination with history began to blur into a dangerous acceptance of Heinrich's perspectives. Tom's parents, noticing a change in their son, began to voice concerns. His father, usually detached, sat Tom down one evening. "Son, history is complex, but there are lines we must never cross," he said, a note of seriousness in his voice that Tom had seldom heard. His mother, eyes filled with worry, added, "We've noticed you've been spending a lot of time with Mr. Heinrich. Remember, people can have many sides." At school, Tom's history teacher, Mr. Lawson, an enthusiastic educator with a passion for truth, noticed a shift in Tom's essays. They had taken on a troubling tone, echoing narratives that were historically inaccurate and ethically questionable. Mr. Lawson, in a mix of concern and professional duty, reached out to Tom, challenging his newfound views with facts and moral reasoning. These interventions sparked a painful yet necessary internal struggle within Tom. He began to see the manipulation behind Heinrich's mentorship, the danger in the seductive clarity of his black-and-white worldview. In a climactic confrontation, Tom rejected Heinrich's ideology, a painful but vital act of defiance. He reported Heinrich to the authorities, each step feeling like a betrayal of trust, yet a stride towards moral integrity. The Dark Mentor was more than a journey into history's shadows. It was a lesson in the importance of perspective, the value of truth, and the danger of unchecked influence. Tom emerged from this experience with a deeper understanding of history's complexities and the human capacity for both good and evil. He learned that while history could be fascinating, it was also filled with cautionary tales about the cost of power and the lure of moral ambiguity. As Tom walked the familiar streets, he realized that every house, every person had a story, often hidden beneath layers of time and perception. History, he now understood, was not just about the past. It was a living, breathing presence, shaping and reshaping the tapestry of human experience. Well, boils and ghouls, It seems our young hero learned that some chapters of history are best left closed, and some mentors can lead you down a very dark path. Leave us a comment below about what you think about meddling with the past. And not every lesson in history is black and white. Fright fans, click next for more chills and hit subscribe to join our ghastly gang. You see, who dares to miss out, so watch our next video.